Guru kaha guru mu heli. I'm probably be one of, I would be probably be one of these gurus who's a guru without student. Odissi as a dance form evolved in the theatres of Annapurna, the present form of Odissi. Dr. Minati Mishra, who was then doing her PhD in Germany on the Natya Shastra, was brought by the then Chief Minister of Odisha. What is Griva Bheda? Or what is Shiro Bheda? Mudra. We don't use the word. Mudra is actually both commonly used. Mudra is not fit for konasi shastra. Actually, mudra kuha hi.
Gita akare gaiboni, goppa akare buliboni.
Absolutely. Say gita tome chondire gaila dekhiba how kemiti choli jibo. If you do not, kind of, you are, because Chandi is not a prayer.
Again.
You are inciting, you are provoking the Devi. So that is Ravana. So there is a demeanor he has. When you say the word Ravana, so gote pura masta bada lokote heithibo. So gote dubula patra mane dhediya pilate asibo, taku 10 ta mundo lagei dabo. Gote skirt bhaliya pindhei dela, kona bhidi bhadi dela. Using the 4 Vedas. Jagraha Paఠ्यम ऋग्वेदात् सामीभ्यो गीतमेव च यजुर्वेदात् अभिनयो रसानाम् अथर्वणादपि. So the Varsavi Nacha Sikikira, everybody, I mean, you learn today, within a month you become a guru.
While discussing evolution, we just had a discussion about how it was, so much evoluted now. But coming back to that point again, especially I want to discuss 2 aspects of it. One is evolutions of technique, how it was back then. My question lies there. How it was back then? Do we have some clues or some tangible evidence or any kind of idea how it was back then? And also about the attires, how we are having it now. Was it that way back then?
Oh, yes, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is that we definitely consider the Maharis and the Gotipurs to be precursors of Odissi. They're given the major credit. But that's not the case. Only there are a lot of indigenous forms within Odisha, which are not typical Mahari or Gotipur, which contributed to the technical evolution of Odissi. That we perform. Now, what we perform today was not the same. The techniques were not the same during my time when I started learning. Things are much more complicated now because we have a lot more access now. So, Odissi as a dance form evolved in the theatres of Annapurna, the present form of Odissi. Theatres of Annapurna, and the first Odissi dancer to perform on stage was Guruma Lakshmi Priya Mahapatra, the wife, Sahadharmini of Padma Vibhushana Guru Keducharan Mahapatra. Alright, so she performed for a production, Sadhavajya. Jothare Durlabh Singh suggested that they perform Dashavatara, which they had learnt while being in the theatre group of Kavichandra Kalicharan Patnaik. So it was agreed upon that Dashavatara will be the first production, Odissi dance production. That was performed in Annapurna. Tapare, now I don't want to get into the contributions of the Kumar Utsava committee or our pioneer gurus or the pioneer dancers, gurus with Padma Vibhushana Guru Keducharan Mahapatra, the late lamented Guru Dr. Devaprasad Das, Guru Pankaj Charana Das, who was the senior most amongst the architects of Odissi, Guru Mayadhar Raut, Guru Nattabara Sena, then Guru Mahadev Rao. There are Guru Dayanidhi Das. Lot of these people the present generation do not know about. Or, dancers like the first being Dr. Minati Mishra, the senior most, or the late lamented, the goddess of Odissi, that is late Padma Shri Srimati Sanjukta Panigrahi, or Dr. Priyambada Mahanti Hejmadi, who created history in 1954 when Odissi became popular, which inspired Srimati Indrani Rahman to come and learn Odissi after she was coaxed by the historian dance critic, Hungarian historian dance critic, Indologist I would rather say, Dr. Charles Fabry, who had written about this dance form seeming to be far more ancient than any other classical dance form that existed in India then. So, Srimati Indrani Rahman came to learn the dance form from Guru Devaprasad Das, and she was the first one who took Devasar or Odissi outside the borders of India. I think 1955 was the first international tour for Odissi. So that is how the dance form evolved. Well, the use of mudras and all of that was not as complicated. Dance is very simple.
Okay.
When the repertoire was created, the entire repertoire was decided from Mangalacharan to Mukhya. Everything was kind of squeezed into a maximum production lasting for 15 minutes, not more.
Okay.
Now you have productions which can go on for hours at an end. That was not the case because Odissi was at a very nascent stage then. So, Paravarti Kalare, it was decided by Jayantika that we will have these 5 chapters or segments of Odissi: Mangalacharana, Sthai or Bottu, Pallavi, Abhinaya and Mukhya. So, it was decided upon by Jayantika, which became the main kind of a governing body to create Odissi or construct Odissi. I refrain from using the word reconstruction. There was no reconstruction. Everybody came with their knowledge of dance.
Okay.
Debasar was a contemporary of Kokila Prabha Mahari, Koili Mahari. Both of them were learning from the same Guru, Guru Mohan Mahapatra, who was a Gotipua Guru.
Okay.
They had also a thorough Gotipua knowledge and Debasar's own research into the indigenous dance forms of Odisha. Sabdaswara Pata, very vital, which came from Kumbhari, Bargarh district.
Okay.
Kelusar with his background of Gotipua, and then Rasa from Mohan Sundar Dev Goswami, who was the pioneer of Odia cinema.
Yes.
Pankaj sir, from his Mahari background, belonged to the Mahari family, and he was performing the Madeli Seba in the Jagannath temple before he was appointed as a lecturer at the Utkal Sangita Mahavidyalaya.
Okay.
And when Utkal Sangita Mahavidyalaya was created as the music state government music college for imparting knowledge, serious knowledge on dance and music, Dr. Minati Mishra, who was then doing her PhD in Germany on the Natya Shastra, was brought by the then Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Biju Patnaik, to become the principal of the Utkal Sangita Mahavidyalaya. They all came with their knowledge when the government of Odisha had given a scholarship because Odissi had not received a classical status and Bharatanatyam had received a classical status. So Odissi was just called Odia Nacha in a very derogatory way. All right. So, Settabale, Dr. Minati Mishra, Sanjukta Panigrahi, Srimati Sanjukta Panigrahi, Padma Shri Award Srimati Sanjukta Panigrahi, and Guru Mayadhar Raut went with the government of Odisha scholarship to study Bharatanatyam in Kalakshetra.
Okay.
So, Dr. Minati Mishra and Srimati Sanjukta Panigrahi were trained under the founder of Kalakshetra herself, that is Srimati Rukmini Devi Arundel. And Mayadhar sir, Guru Mayadhar Raut went there to study Kathakali with second language, that was second subject was Bharatanatyam. From there, Dr. Minati Mishra proceeded to do her PhD on the Natya Shastra in Germany.
Okay.
So then they used to come back to Odisha during the summer vacations and they used to use their training to formulate the technique or use the pedagogy, for example, using the Shastras. Abhinaya Darpana, which is kind of, I call it a very concise, more like a guidebook for giving us the mudra bhedas, the hasta bhedas, the different movements, but it's very small compared to the vast pedagogy of Indian classical dance forms. The Natya Shastra is massive. It's an encyclopedia.
Okay.
It doesn't talk about performing arts only. It is a Prayogatmaka Shastra, but it has chapters on Chanda, Chandadhyaya, chapter 15. It has chapters on music, Sangita Lakshana Khanda. It has chapters on Nritta, dance, which is Tandava Lakshana, chapter 4. It has chapters on geography. And I am told that the Fibonacci series comes from the Natya Shastra, the 15 chapters, the Chandadhyaya. So Natya Shastra, construction of instruments, there are 4 different kinds of instruments. The varieties under those 4 categories, Tatavadya, Shushiravadya, Ghanavadya and Avanadhavadya. Percussion instruments, drums, Bhandavadya or Tantri, stringed instruments, Shushiravadya, wind instruments, and Ghana is dense, metallic instruments.
Okay.
So Natya Shastra is vast. Natyashastra is extremely vast, but there are a lot of other texts. But most of these granthas, Lakshana granthas, as I call them, theoretical texts, prayogatmaka. It's not theoretical as in you sit in an AC room, on a table. You have to use it. So, but the thing is that there were texts written indigenous to Odisha. Sangita Narayana.
Yes.
We have Natya Manorama, Sangita Kalpalatika, which was from Odisha. Abhinaya Chandrika, I refrain from mentioning that. Abhinaya Chandrika. Sangita Narayana is almost like a Natya Shastra for Odissi. Now, there are Lakshana Granthas which talk about Odissi in the 14th century. Pundarika Vitthala's Nartana Nirnaya.
Okay.
That was my research. That would be the first extant text to lend Odissi its antiquity. Not Abhinaya Chandrika, but Nartana Nirnaya of Pundarika Vithala.
And it will be dated around
14th century. Pundarika Vithala was one of the poets in Akbar's court.
Okay.
He was from Akbar's court, was a great scholar. Now there are a lot of pan-Indian texts. Natya Shastra was pan-Indian. So Abhinaya Darpana use also, it was Kalakshetra who incorporated it because it was a 24 hours residential course. Now for a practitioner, how long can you practice in a day? It's physically taxing to dance for more than 6-7 hours. That's also a lot. So rest of the day, what do you do? So now Abhinaya Darpanam of Acharya Nandikeshwara started getting incorporated. So Mudra Prayoga was used then. Now there was the influence of Oriental dances. Dayal Sharan, one of the principal dancers of Uday Shankar's group, came to stage's production in Annapurna. He started, I don't want to get in the nitty-gritties of it, it's a little controversial, but I mean how he stayed back, but he stayed back to teach dance.
Okay.
So gurus had the training of Oriental dances. Guru Kelucharan Mahapatra, Padma Vibhushan Guru Kelucharan Mahapatra learned from him. So all of this was taken together. I don't want to get into the nitty-gritties because a lot of this historical fact is still not out in the public domain. So because it's still under research, we really want to compile this in a voluminous work for the perusal of serious practitioners and learners. So the post-independence construction of Odissi is not one straight history. Dr. Dhirendranath Patnaik was the pioneer to record everything and expose it to the outside world because he wrote in English mostly.
Okay.
He was, his contribution to the unsung hero of Odissi who did not become a practitioner.
Okay.
I will be a criminal if I do not recognize Dr. Dhirendranath Patnaik's contribution for creating a record for history of Odissi. But then again, we have to take it further because that is not it. Whatever he was able to do within his lifetime is humongous. But then there is no one shade, there's no one side of the story. There are so many other things. We have a lot more access now.
ସାଧାରଣ ଦର୍ଶକ ପାଇଁ ନାଚର ପାରିବେଶିକ ଭାଷା ଗୁଡାକ କଣ ଅଛି ଟିକେ କହିଲେ ସାଧାରଣ ଲୋକ ଜାଣନ୍ତେ।
ଏଟା ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଯିବା। ହଁ,
ଆପଣ ମୁଦ୍ରା କୃପା କହିଦେବେ, ଗୋଟେ ମୂର୍ଖ ନର୍ମାଲ ଓଡ଼ିଆ ଲୋକ କି ଜାଣେ ଏଇ ଭାଷା ଗୁଡାକୁ ଏକ୍ସପୋଜ ହୁଅନ୍ତି
ନିହାତି।
So that means in terms of understanding simplistic pedagogy of the dance form. Let's not be very technical, but the problem with me is I'm so, should I say, deep into the Shastras. It's very difficult for me to
elementary
not really swim up.
এটা ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଦବା ଟିକେ ବେସିକ।
So now Natya Shastra re abhinayar definition କଣ ଦେଇଛି? Simple terms ରେ କହିଲେ that which can be communicated. यस्मात् प्रयोगम नयति तस्मात् अभिनय स्मृत। एटी संस्कृत व्याकरण मु झाड़ीबी ना अभिनिंधातु अमक शमक। सो से गोड़ा आई डोंट वांट टू गेट इनटू द इंटीग्रिटीज। यस्मात् प्रयोगम नयति तस्मात् अभिनय स्मृत। व्हेन आई एम एबल टू टेक इट टू द ऑडियंस। तो नाउ सुना, technicalities nobody will understand. Do you get my point? Technicalities, like if I use the terminologies, what is griva bheda? Or what is shiro bheda? Mudra. We don't use the word. Mudra is actually both commonly used. Mudra is not fit for konasi shastra. Actually, mudra kuha hi nahi.
अच्छा
mudras are
okay.
used for tantric practices, are used for
Yes.
puja.
पूजा रे
ଆମେ
जो
ଯୋଉଟା
उपचार
ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିସ
पूजा
କରୁଛୁ
रे
ହସ୍ତକର୍ମ ହସ୍ତଭେଦ
आज्ञा
ହସ୍ତଭେଦ ଭେରାଇଟିଜ ମୁଦ୍ରା କୋଉଠି କୌଣସି ଶାସ୍ତ୍ରରେ ଆଜି ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ମୁଁ ଯାହା ଯାହା ପଢିଛି ଆଇ ହାଭ୍ ଅ ହ୍ୟୁଜ କଲେକ୍ସନ ଅଫ ଶାସ୍ତ୍ରାସ୍
यू मीन नृत्य शास्त्र रे
କୋଉ ଜାଗାରେ ମୁଦ୍ରାର ନାହିଁ
मुद्रा माने ଆମେ जो
ମୁଦ୍ରା means a smell that is established, it is
उपचार
a
पूजा
seal.
ମାନଙ୍କରେ जो
ମୁଦ୍ରା ମାନେ କଣ ମୁଦ୍ରା ମାନେ it's a seal,
Symbol.
that is ମାନେ confirmed and sealed, ଆଠୁ beyond କିଛି ହେଇ ପାରିବନି, that is sealed. But ଶାସ୍ତ୍ର ହଁ
उपचार ମାନଙ୍କରେ ବ୍ୟବହାର
ସେଟା ମୁଦ୍ରା, ସେଟା it is sealed,
ओके दैट
it
इज
is
आल्सो सील्ड माने यू
fixed. It is fixed, you cannot innovate.
ओके ओके
ମାନେ ପୂଜା ମୁଦ୍ରାରେ ପୂଜା ବିଧିରେ you cannot innovate.
ମୁଁ କହି ପାରିବିନି ଏଇଟା ମୋ ବିକ୍ଷଣ
ନା ମୋ ଇଚ୍ଛା ଅନୁସାରେ ହବ ନାହିଁ, ବିକଜ କିଛିଟା ଏଭଲ୍ୟୁସନ ହେଇଛି ଡାଇରେକ୍ଟଲି। ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ ଆମର ଯେମିତିଆ ଋଷି ମାନେ ହେଲେ କଣ ମନ୍ତ୍ର ଦ୍ରଷ୍ଟା,
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା
ହେଲା ଅମକ ଋଷି ସେମାନେ ମନ୍ତ୍ର ଦ୍ରଷ୍ଟା, ସେମାନେ ମନ୍ତ୍ରକୁ ଏକ୍ସପିରିଏନ୍ସ କରିଛନ୍ତି, ସୋ which is passed down to them. Now ଆମର ଫର ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ସାବିତ୍ରୀ ମନ୍ତ୍ର, ଗାୟତ୍ରୀ ମନ୍ତ୍ର, ଯୋଉଟା ଗାୟତ୍ରୀ ଛନ୍ଦ, it is not ଗାୟତ୍ରୀ ମନ୍ତ୍ର,
ସାବିତ୍ରୀ ଦେବତା,
it is ସାବିତ୍ରୀ ଦେବତା, it is savitri mantra, it is because it is written in gayatri chhanda meter, that's the reason it's called gayatri mantra. ଗୀତ ଆକାରରେ it is an offense ନା, ତିନିଟା ତୁମର ସ୍ୱର ସ୍ୱରିତ ଉଦାତ ଅନୁଦାତ ସ୍ୱରିତ, that is it. ମନ୍ତ୍ର ଗୁଡା are not for public use.
ଯାଜ୍ଞଅଳ୍ପ ଶିକ୍ଷାରେ ସେ ଲିଖିଛନ୍ତି କି ଯୋଉଟାକୁ ଗୀତ ଆକାରରେ ଗାଇବନି, ଗପ ଆକାରରେ ବୋଲିବନି,
absolutely ସେ ଗୀତଟା ତୁମେ ଚଣ୍ଡୀରେ ଗାଇଲ ଦେଖିବା କେମିତି ଚଳିଯିବ. If you do not kind of you are, because chandi is not a prayer, you are inciting, you are provoking the devi,
yes
you are reminding her of her and of whatever she had done. Garja garja kshanam mudha madhu yavat pivamyaham, so you are invoking the goddess, you are provoking her. chhadi debe tumako. So there are certain things we have to obey which are canons. Amara not everything is canonical, unlike the Bible or the Quran. ସେଥିପାଇଁ କି we have this variety of shastra. Shastra artha kona, shastra iti shasana upaya, it is a way. That's the reason we have the astika darshanas, nastika darshanas.
अनेक नास्तिक माने भाबंती भगवान को बिलीव करनथो,
that's fine. charvaka we have school for you. agnostic I don't care, yavat jivet tavat jivet runam kritva ghritam pivet. So the charvaka school, you have Jainism, Buddhism, all nastika. Astika you have Sankhya, Mimamsa, Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, tumara Vaisheshika, all of it is there, the 6 Shadadarshanas. So we have space for everybody. You don't like Vedas, fine, become a Vaishnava. You don't want to become a Vaishnava, we have space for Sahana Bhunaktu, Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai. So let us all coexist. That is the essence of Sanatana Dharma. Anyway, so coming to the simplistic form of the terminologies, people don't understand. Kintu I have to be able to communicate. Abhinayata 4 prakar achi. So if you don't understand the angika, vachika, aharya and satvika. So angika abhinaya, angika prakriya, 3 prakar. Sharira, mukhaja, cheshtakrita. Sharira is your limbs and all of that you are doing. तुम्हारा हस्त मुद्रा हैला, हस्त भेद हैला, कटि प्रचार में तुम्हारा हस्त करण, हस्त प्रचार, और योर मूवमेंट ऑफ द शैंक्स, उरु कर्म, जंघा कर्म, तुम्हारा मंडल, चारि भेद, all of that is gone. Now there is, this is sharira. शाखा अंग प्रत्यंग अंग उपांग प्रत्यंग अंग उपांग प्रत्यंग परवर्ती काल रे भी पसिछि. So the major limbs, the minor limbs, whatever. Then is mukhaja, just the face. Just the face. Natya Shastra बहुत elaborate. Every part of the face also move. Putta karma, puttalika karma, nasa karma, adhara karma, adharoshta karma, chibuka karma, तुम्हारा kapola karma, सब varieties is there. Abhinadarpana is not that complicated, but simple expression. I mean, you don't really have to get into the complicated grammar. मते भोक लागुची, my face suffices. कि I am not in a mood to do anything. मु खाली एम्ति करी बसी जीबी, people will understand. So that is abhinay. Then comes tikach. You don't understand angika abhinay. Vachika to you understand the language, right?
Yes.
So I have a musician who's singing in the background.
correct.
So bhasa ta already achi, so that is communicated. Seta bhi bujha padoni. Then you have aharya.
Acha, okay.
You have aharya. Aharya ta, as I said, anything goes. If you have a tahiya, bengapatya, odissi sari pindhi dela, gote kichi nahi. Tume mane even mane Bengali sari bhi pindhi dei kari you wear the bengapatya, it still be called as Odissi. It will still be called as Odissi. People say that Odissi nachu. Anyway, tahiya ta pindhi ke asila. Technique was not Odissi. People said it was Odissi. So tahiya ta nathila, so there is a confusion about that. Tahiya is only the cone.
Okay. Yes.
जो पुष्प चूड़ा सेटा पुष्प चूड़ा कहती, that is tahiya. पूरा entire setup is that is the entire setup is 16 फूल. से पुष्प कोरक तादरे बहुत किछि अछि. तो there are different तुम्हारा there are different parts of the पूरा entire 16 फूल setup. तो आग काले तो सब even when the pioneer dancers used to dance, माने गुरु माने निजे हाथ रे फूल गुंथि करी लगौथिले.
अच्छा.
एटा परवर्ती काल रे ये करचंदी भरतनाट्यम also they are using solo now to recreate that thing. Anyway, not getting into that. So the aharya itself speaks. A एकदम धेडिया one lanky fellow comes dressed as Ravana. 10टा मुंड लगेइब रावण दा description टिके हम टिके रावण कहले माने राब जे जोरे राबुथिला पार्टी करूथिला. So that is Ravana. So there is a demeanor he has. When you say the word Ravana, so हाँ गोटे पूरा मस्त बड़ा लोकटे हेइथिबो. So गोटे दुबुला पत्र माने धेडिया पिलाटे आसीबो ताकु 10टा मुंड लगेइ दबो. गोटे स्कर्ट भलिया पिंधेइ देला कोन भिडी भाडी देला सेमिति धेडिया थिबो 10टा मुंड किंतु लगेइथिबो. रावण. Aharya itself is speaking. And then Sattva is pure emotions, pure abhinaya. Pure abhinaya. Sattvika is a different level altogether. Say, people just carried away. Some people like, I kahin kohuchu ki when you're sitting in somebody's presence, every inch the person exudes positivity. The vibes. Obvika present language, the vibes. You know, what is that vibe? So, abhinaya itself, amara एते रिसर्च ता भितर जायचा म पूर्व पुरुष आचार्य माने पूर्व आचार्य माने एते काम करी कि जायचंती. I say that a lot of it has been left unexplored.
Okay.
A lot of it has been left unexplored. Everything has been codified. ता परवर्ती काल रे भरत नाट्य शास्त्र वाला एनसाइक्लोपीडिक वर्क देइकरी भी कहिचंती. This is how much I have written down. This is how much I have observed. I have written down as much as I have observed. Ta baade, if you really think that I have left out something, please feel free to add. Abhinava Gupta added to the list of the existing rasas given by Bharata. Rupa Goswami paravarti kala re puni Abhinava Gupta ka list ko rasa ko ahuri badheile. Aji parchanta list badi chalchi. So nothing has been left untouched by them. Now it is our prerogative to get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. The more it is like quicksand, the more you're sucked into it, that superficiality is lost.
Yes.
You know, and when you're laden with fruits, you bow down.
Yes.
So you bow down. So now an empty vessel makes much sound.
Yes.
So let people talk about your work. As I always say, the art is always greater than the artist. People like, geniuses like Guru Keluchana Mahapatra or Padma Shri Sanjukta Panigrahi, all of these people have gone. They have given us treasures, but the Odissi has not stopped. It's only growing and growing. So I am insignificant. What needs to speak is my work. Let the dance speak, not the dancer.
Also, a bit about what's happening now. We had a gotte phase thila where everyone was struggling. The great pioneers, everyone was struggling. Paisa ete nathila, explore ete nathile, hela gote. Then other people came to learn. It was also a great thing. Onne mane asile with all devotion and all, mane sikhile. Now we are at a phase joti ki bahare bhi Odissi sikha hochi, and then but Odissi nritya kahile jitebele traditionally manare aschi, it is not just the dance form, also the music, also the vadya, एंड टुगेदर कंप्लीट कले गोटे जो ओडिशार मौलिकताटा बारी हो जाए 1000 वर्षर मौलिकताटा बारी हो जाए हुए तो कोटी कोटी से जिनसा रहुनी बाहर जिते बड़े गोटे ट्रेडिशन इवॉल्व होची इन द सेंस किए रवींद्र संगीत सहित कलानी किए आउ का वेस्टर्न म्यूजिक सहित कलानी वी टेक आई सी अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल टेक अ ग्रेट प्राइड दैट माइकल जैक्सन रो ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट रे देयर वाज ओडिसी डांस
some Subramaniam Kavita Subramaniam or
yes
something like that.
so
She was a dancer.
how much it is okay, is it okay, if it is okay how much is okay and कोठी गोटे बाटे रहिया दरकार and केमिति सेटा हे परिबो
Is it okay for you to wear tank tops and jeans and carry Jagannatha with boots
not
on?
at all for me not at all but
So that is an answer to the question. You get my point. The thing is that am I to the art form? And I don't want to comment on the present scenario. Not that bhalo kama honi, bahut bhalo kama hochi, but there are pros and cons. So there is a whole chunk of uninformed, sorry for my bluntness, ignorant dancers who really satisfy the ignorance in is bliss proverb.
yes.
All right, so they want to revel in their ignorance. All right, I don't want to give a strong comment or controversial statement because I have quite should I say fame for being extremely blunt to the brink of being rude. So the problem is utter nonsense is happening. The thing is that, as I said, I don't know what I am doing. Forgive them, Lord, because they don't know what they're doing.
Yes.
You get my point?
Yes,
So
yes.
I have to know the rules first to be able to bend the rules. If I don't know the rules, I don't know what I'm bending. And that also, the problem is the consumerism, commercialization and consumerism. We have so many takers. Gote sambare thila nachuchi. It's like, what else is he doing? Yeah, Solajabai, Nirlajagai, Atibhe nachiya jai. So, nachuchi, fine. What else is he doing? She to ठीक अछि नाचुची तो बाहाई जीवो he नाचुची पाठ कम पढिची.
Yes.
You get my point? But now it's become a status symbol.
Yes. Yes.
So it's also given into mass consumerism. So divorce, as I said, there is no penal code na. There is nobody to govern it. Dafa kichi nai. So divorce bhi nacho sikhi everybody. I mean, you learn today, within a month you become a guru.
Yes.
People don't realize everybody is a guru now.
Start your own.
I
online.
get so uncomfortable when somebody uses that title, I mean that prefix in my name. Guru kaha guru muheli. I'm probably be one of, I would be probably be one of these gurus who's a guru without students.
No.
I don't have a lot of students. I'm very, very choosy. I'm very picky about students. First, I don't have the time. Dutya katha hela, when I get in students, audition students to come and learn with me, they don't learn dance with me. They study dance. So be prepared to immerse yourself in the sadhana. Not everybody is willing to do that.
It's not a hobby. It's
No amateur dancers. Professionals, your motto is sadhana. Mo pakhre patha padhibo tume.
Correct.
It is sadhana. Dance is a way of life.
Correct.
It is not asikiri. Come, learn 2-3 items, you pay me, go back and perform. I don't do that. I do not give my music to anybody I feel is unprepared. I really don't care about how much you pay me. Bhavan ko dayaru, I have a profession. I come from a privileged background. I do have my fraternity, the senior dancers in the fraternity have supported me immensely. The senior dancers in the fraternity, I can name as many dancers, starting with the pioneer dancer. All of them have received tremendous amount of support from the fraternity. In fact, the fraternity protects me a lot. So I'm very privileged that way, and I do have a career where I am able to sustain myself. Apart from an academic degree, I do have a career. Odissi sustains me. Odissi sustains me. For me, dance is Odissi. For me. So Odissi sustains me. But the thing is that not everybody is privileged that way. But then again, jo kuhanti na, I will take care of you provided you take care of me.
Yes.
Seta guru mane karuthile. आम गुरु मैंने करुले से फॉर एग्जांपल आम सब गुरु मैंने केवल सर को देखा पान बरजार बीइंग द फर्स्ट ओडिया पद्म विभूषण इट्स नॉट अ मैटर ऑफ जोक at a time when we had great luminaries in Odisha केळु sir को पद्म विभूषण मिलिबा from पान बरजा the man did not have a general academic background but his receptors were out of this world. मो गुरु पद्मश्री गुरु दुर्गा चरण रणबीर मु जो टाइम रे सिखिली आई ऑलवेज हैड दैट इंस्पिरेशन फ्रॉम हिम. मु सबले बहुत क्वेश्चन कर आई विल नॉट ही ऑलवेज टेल्स मी दे वेरी इनकरेजेबल स्टूडेंट माने पृथ्वी जाकर लोक मते पचरे सर गुरुजी आपण केतळे फ्री अछंती आमे आसी के आपण पाके बस के नाच माने शिखिबु शिखे पय आसीबु मोर भाग्य देखा मु फोन करी कहबे बापा आपण फ्री अछंती आसीबे आमे अपेक्षा करछु प्रैक्टिस करंतु आसी गिरी. सो आई एम प्रिविलेज्ड आई एम ब्लेस्ड टू हैव अ गुरु लाइक हिम. How the inspiration that I received from him कि तुम्हें सब पाठशाठ पढ़ीच मत पचारु कौन निजे पढ़ी जानू तुम्हें माने मत निजे पढ़ी मत कहवा कथा. So that push was there. The entire career was given to me on a golden platter. So this is your work. We will take care of you. You proceed. And I'm very indebted to the fraternity, the community of dance seniors mane, they've supported me tremendously. I'm greatly obliged to them. Mane, if I name one and drop the other name, I'll be doing injustice to them. Everybody. Mane, empty ki the kind of performances or stages I have received without even having applied for it. So I'm blessed to be part of this fraternity. I have to be diligent and sincere with what I do. If this is my dharmam, dharmam rakshati rakshitah. But ta purvare kona kachi dharma eva hato hanti. So if what is my dharma? Dharayati ti dharma. Odissi mar dharana karichi. I have to be true to it. Mu tako jodi cheat karibi mari daba mate. Mari daba dharma eva hato hanti dharmo rakshati rakshitah. So nritya eva hato hanti nrityam rakshati rakshitah. So if dance sustains me, I have to sustain my dance.
आज we were speaking about भाव शारदा तिलकर प्रिल्यूड रो गोटे बढ़िया श्लोकटे मते सबुठु भल लागे. भावेन लभ्यते योगम भावेन भव्यते शिव भावेन शक्तिमुपनति तस्मात् भावं समाश्रयेत्.
I'll tell you one we end our discussion with this one. When Natya was created, first chapter of the Natya Shastra, Natyotpatti, beginning of the Treta Yuga, of the present Manvantara, the Vaivaswata Manvantara. So, problem hoche ki because Treta Yuga re, there's a lot of vices. So, people were afflicted. They had a lot, they were abundance of resources. So, a lot of free time, they did not know what to do. Started, getting inflicted by these vices. So, Indranko, it became very difficult to rule the world. So से जाएंगे ब्रह्मा को कंप्लेन कर ले गिव मी अ टॉय बिकॉज दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम क्रीडनीयकम इच्छामो दृश्यम श्रव्यम च यद भवेत्. गिव मी अ टॉय क्रीडनीयकम टू प्ले विथ नॉट अ टॉय exactly something that I can play with which is engaging for the ears and the eyes so that they are engaged and don't waste their time in vices. Setabale Brahma created what was called the Natya Veda using the 4 Vedas. Jagraha Pathyam Rigvedat Samibhyo Geetam evacha. Yajurvedad abhinayo rasana matharbhanadapi. So from the Rigveda he took the Pathya, abhinaya from the Yajurveda, Gana music from the Samaveda, and Rasabhava from the Atharvaveda. There is an entire explanation. It is not verbal. There is an entire explanation of Abhinava Gupta in his commentary, Abhinava Bharati, as to how he took all of this. Abhinaya, for instance, Angika Abhinaya. When you're Jajurveda, Vedare Karmakanda mane kada? Jagya? Agnihotra? So, Angika Abhinaya. Angika Prakriya. Subhata ko mu budei kiri Ajyastali re bughyota dhaluchi. That is an Angika Prakriya involved. There are specifications to ko anguti use kariba, kemiti dabba. So, specifications are there. Kona use kariba. So, Angika Abhinaya. Vachika Abhinaya, reciting the mantras. Satvika Abhinaya, then comes Aharya Abhinaya. You have to have a proper costume. You cannot be wearing pant shirt and sitting in a jogya. All right? Tinita vastra dharana kariba. So there is an uniform.
yes
ହେଲା ସାତ୍विକା when I'm sitting in a yagya automatically ମୋର emotions change my mind calms down
correct
ସବୁ explanation ଦେଇଛେ as I tell you our acharyas have given us as I say shabda pramana
ଆଜ୍ଞା
everything is available you just have to tap the untapped and we end with let the dance speak
yes that's good.
our dancers don't mean anything artists don't mean anything the art is always greater than the artist नाहम तिष्ठामि वैकुंठे योगिनां हृदयेन च मद्भक्ता यत्र गायन्ति तत्र तिष्ठामि नारद
करेक्ट भाईना बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आज कथाबार्ता रे हमकु समय देथिबारु बहुत दिन पर गोटे बढ़िया डिस्कशन टे कले जीवा पूर्व आम तरफ छोटिया उपहार
थैंक यू वेरी मच अशेष धन्यवाद बहुत खुशी लागुची आई एम रियली ऑनर्ड टू बी पार्ट ऑफ दिस डिस्कशन कथाबार्ता थैंक यू वेरी मच थैंक यू सौम्या thank you everybody the entire team for having me here we don't have a lot of takers when it comes to a very serious discussion but again is it got to be serious or are you doing it for popularity
yes exactly
so that is the point when I say shastras do not have a popular mass appeal
yes
shastriya
mein tole apatra jana kariya
exactly so ame tole shastra koche shastras do not have you have to be a scholar
yes
Sastri ko hai na Sastri is a scholar so it doesn't have a mass appeal how many want to really be educated
correct जय जगन्नाथ जदि आम भिडियोटी आपको भल लगी दया करी लाइक करंतु सांग मानक सहित शेयर करंतु एवं सब्सक्राइब करंतु वंदे उत्कल जननी।